Gentlemen in the mix.
Hey, traders, welcome to the Sunday stream, the weekly candle close stream, less than 1 hour from now. But starting the stream with the NASDAQ 100 futures, which is now open. It's currently down 0.2%. No big deal right now.
Moon tip $25. ETH W please 1 hour maybe 4 HR thanks Mitch.
What's up, Moon? Thanks for 25. Yeah, we'll look at that and those timescales. Thank you, dude. Much love. Very cool. Out the gate. I want you to know something. I don't even know if I brought this up on Friday. We looked like everywhere. But look at this, okay? So as of Friday, the NASDAQ at its lows officially, without a doubt, tested that 200-week simple moving average. You want to know the last time we tested that, touched it? It wasn't the COVID crash. And I'm going to show you. As you can see, March of 2020, it got really close, didn't it, chat? Very, very close, but didn't. All right, so you have to go all the way back to the year 2010. It's been 12 years since the NASDAQ futures have actually touched this moving average. That's crazy. And interesting. I figured like that'd be a good thing to start the stream with, because I don't even know if I mentioned that before. I don't even know if I saw it last week. So, well, I guess. All right, let's go to the 4 hour. As you can see, it was terrible. While Jerome Powell was listening to all these people talk about how bad things are. We saw the lows, the lowest lows we had seen technically since June 17th. And now you're nearing the inflection points where there could be a reaction. You could bounce, but if you break it, it's a long, long way down. The next support resistance at like 9,800. So Jay, thanks for threes, dude. Just tipping, not say anything. Thanks, dude. All right, so anyway, let's go to Bitcoin and see damage. Let's do a damage report. Do this real quick. So you're not really in much. I mean, I think you're screwed below 19,891 if you stay below it long enough. We've been below it long enough, and you're breaking below this candle low close from June 30th that has been tested several times, and I think you're just bearishly consolidating, setting up for lower prices. Even with us being at a potential type 2 return of the sharp 1 and 2, the price action you've received since you've achieved that possible type 2 has been only regarding the 2017 cycle top as resistance once, just kidding, twice. And after that second test, even if it was going to rally, the bulls had their chance to run this thing up, and it only made a lower high than the previous high, previous high, previous high, previous high, only lower highs. So it's almost like this base of buying's going on. It's like a descending triangle of sorts. You can clearly see the lower highs locally. So don't be fooled to think that you're bullish. You cannot be bullish on Bitcoin below 19,891 if you care about traditional technical analysis, okay? You just can't. I'm sorry. So it's like, what's up the levels? Thanks, dude. Super quiet contribution. Cheers. Much love. So that's your 4 hour. There was some hidden bearish divergence in the RSI. I guess it continued with some Class C, but yeah, it was just very weak right now. Very weak, and you can't trust it. Sorry. Daily. You're at like 40.3 on the RSI. Negative momentum. What is it? Beginning to build again? Yeah. Getting closer and closer to invalidating the bullish engulfing candle that was painted on the 22nd. And again, man, you just look at this. You can't be bullish. You can't. Let's go to the weekly, because this is pretty much the most important thing that's about to happen. All right, this is something that hasn't happened. I brought it up. I talked about it on stream last week on Friday. But okay, we've been down flirting with this level since mid-June. So we're talking over 3 months we've been down here. But for the first time since being down here, we're doing something. Last week and this week combined. You've fallen below 19,891.99, which is the previous cycle top before. You've done that. but there has never been follow through until this week. The bearish engulfing candle that just happenstance regarded the old supply line of the downtrend as resistance. Yeah, you confirmed the bearish engulfing, covering the previous candle with a candle close below that cycle top high. And this week, this is the historic part. This is the part that's important. You are going to, as you see, it opened and then rallied to back test 19,891 simply as resistance. It has never done that. It's only been disregarded, but now it's changed. And you're about to get, in 48 minutes, the lowest weekly candle close since November 23rd, the week of November 23rd, 2020. It's like, we're talking Thanksgiving 2020. Who's ready for turkey sandwiches? Yeah, you will be in 48 minutes, okay? And you kind of understand closing here is dangerous as F because of this historic price action between levels below you and where this level was that you're below now. You get how bad that is? Even if it was to recover, who cares? Like, until that recovery happens, you can't be bullish. And the 200-week moving average, as we've discussed, is Bitcoin has, like, or market participants have never regarded the 200-week moving average like they are now. It's always been some level of a bottom. Always. Here's your log scale chart, where you can go all the way back to 2015. When there's finally enough data to present it. You can see a bottom, 15th, and the double bottom later in the year before a new rally ensued. And you got that same type of behavior in 2018, early 2019, and then the COVID crash. And here we are doing something that's never happened, where you're just not just below it, but pretty much regarding it as resistance. Okay, so yeah, I get it. There was triple divergence on the weekly. Yeah, and it's no one's buying it. The RSI looks terrible. RSI looks like it'll become oversold again. We got some problems. Sorry. So that's all I got to say about Bitcoin. Terrible. And doing something, you think, oh, it's just going to keep chopping and it's going to rally, but the weekly is telling us something very, very ominous. Ominous. All right, let's switch gears to Ethereum. That you're not going to be satisfied if you're a bull. I mean, oh man, this is starting it on the weekly, I guess, right? Interesting how there is hidden bearish divergence still there on the weekly. Bearish and golden candle last week. Follow through this week will be confirmed in 45 minutes, but something's happening. The 200-week moving average, you are technically above it, barely. My God, I mean, it's so close, you might end up closing at or below it in 45 minutes if selling pressure came in. But that's where you are. I don't know. I don't think it's going to hold up. Long-term downtrend, you see it. The daily, you know where it's probably headed in time. And we're thinking $1,000, 1,020. Not to take away there is now some bullish divergence here on the daily, but the RSI, there isn't. It's bearish. You're in the bearish control zone. And you're below the bad action magnet move. I don't trust this. I don't trust any divergence right now. Trend is so bearish. And that's it. Do the 4 hour. 4 hour, man. It just like somehow ends up showing like triple MACD histogram, hidden bearish divergence, like a low, the same low. Or it's like a low, the lower low, the lowest low. And each time you're making higher levels, same levels on the histogram. It's implying more continuation downwards. And you're just at this zone. So you're not dead yet. at all, but don't know how you could want to own this right now with what's going on in the macro. We have like a currency collapse happening, and we're talking about like when currency pairs opened 2 hours ago, the Great Britain pound made fresh 37-year lows. I think the euro did the same thing, fresh 20-year lows. Yeah, so that hasn't really changed yet. All right, so that's your Ethereum. We look at the weekly, daily, 4 hour. Not good. You look at BNB, that, you know, these altcoins, of course, you know, there's, as Bitcoin chops, they're so, I mean, it could definitely pump or something, but just look at the 4 hour here, okay? You tell me, like, if this is something that you would say is inherently bullish right now. As you look at like the 200 moving average, you can see some correlation here to it once and then twice. And it's like, why in the world does this keep getting tested as resistance and you keep making lower highs? Why does this keep happening? You just can't like that. If it was doing something like this, that's something that could be very interesting. You know, you're showing accumulation after back testing a level of support. Okay, maybe you're reversing things, but this is just classic distribution going on where the previous high is never threatening the previous high before it. And before that, even you're making lower lows or the same lows. It's just not good. The way the chart looks is terrible, even if it was to rally from here, okay? And that can happen. Charts can look terrible and they can rally, but I'm just saying, like, at this current time, it just doesn't look good on the 4 hour. And what we know about the levels, there's no point in even taking a shot on it because it's coin flip territory. So the roulette table, or you're just in the dead freaking middle of inflection zones where you never reverse. So it's either 225 or 330, 350. That's the area to be looking for strategic longs or shorts. In the middle is gambling territory. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of bullish divergence on the MACD histogram on the daily, but where are the bids? Come on, then play out, do something. It hasn't done anything, just sitting here. Good Lord. It's good XRP that has been a darling. It's up today. It's really strong still. I mean, this type of price action is wonderful. You're above the 200-day moving average. Since you broke it September 22nd, testing it for the first time since March. Yep, March. The past 3 days, you've stayed above it, which is impressive. Very impressive. And you're thinking if this stays the same, I couldn't be that surprised if we ended up seeing a candle high close from September 2018.
0.012113882 ETH.
So Trump, what's up, trumpet player? We can look at band. Oh, I wouldn't have any hope on band.
This you being on Twitch. Too much hassle? Your consistency is commendable. Technical analysis black belt. Appreciate you, Professor.
What's up, Walmart, dude? Thanks for the threes. I don't know, man. I've learned that using Restream cannibalizes my viewership on YouTube. I don't really know how it works with YouTube servers, like being able to identify if I'm using Restream over their servers or whatever on OBS. So anytime I've done it, it's normally just ended bad, not well. And, you know, yeah, it just hasn't been good. It's like my YouTube count goes down and my Twitch count never does anything. Like my Twitch viewer count doesn't really go up and never grows and stuff like that. So it just seemed kind of pointless every time I've tried it. Thanks, dude, for the threes. And the kind of words. All right, so XRP, no bearish divergence at all. It might just be resetting the oscillators, but it could be going to 58.5 cents if it stays like this. It is very anomalous. Nothing's really doing anything like this. So pay attention to the anomaly for now. Good stuff, XRP. Let's go to the weekly. It deserves us looking at the weekly. It's going to be the highest weekly candle close since May 2nd of this year. Yes, this is it, right? I mean, like, it's about to close above the June 2019 high. That's great, man. I think, yeah, look, a target could definitely be 58.5 cents because you have that daily and weekly close right there at the same time. And you can clearly see the price action correlate, you know, February 8th. And you can see the candle low close, July 12th, 2021. You can see it. That's the next level. If it was to break that, this doesn't even seem like it makes sense on the 69 cents. Doesn't seem very good on the weekly. Like, what would be the weekly? Oh my god! Like, oh yeah, you're talking like, I get it. You got these wicks. These were just bullcrap. It was like, oh yeah, you stayed above it intra week and then eventually closed at 58.5. So if it was a real move, you could on the weekly. A real move with candle closes above 58.5 cents, you could be going to 86 cents. Look, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, that's then up, down. That's very possible. So I think if you're an XRP person, you're eyeballing 58.5 and above 58.5 on the weekly, you could be identifying maybe 86.6 cents as a level. Pretty crazy for now. Yeah, some divergence that actually played out on the weekly. It's not doing anything on other assets in crypto. Let's go to total.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
Oh, so just looking at the 4 hour, man. What's up, Smiley? We look at the 4 hour. We can see the, hold on.
Awesome stream. Thank you.
Thank you, Smiley. A lot of smileys out there. But very grateful. So yeah, you got 3 on the bottom, 3 touches on the bottom, 2 on the top. And then you can see, look, heart line, respect very well, at least on the bottom side. And then again, once you fell below it, respect, respect, respect. You keep respecting this heart line as resistance. So I'm just thinking, if you rolled over here, it wouldn't be that crazy because you just can't break to the top part of the downtrend to maybe run to become overbought. So I'm just saying, pretty nice looking clean channel here, yeah? Daily. Still thinking like 840 billion or so. And I think you could very well go to 818 billion on the daily. Candle low close, the wick low here. I think that's very possible. Yeah, which we know between 840, 820 to 960 is a lot of straight up, straight down. So you're making your way. But yeah, still an engulfing candle that's valid. And yeah, there is bullish divergence on the daily. Or you can see it. Just it hasn't really gone anywhere yet. Not the RSI, just the MACD histogram. Oh man, the weekly, total weekly. Gosh dang, dude. Okay, so what happened last week? Bearish engulfing candle below key support resistance. Somewhat. It's not even that visible on the weekly. January 2021 broke that. Okay, then you broke below the 200-week moving average, and then this week you have only back tested the 200-week moving average as resistance. That's not good. That's terrible. It's never done that. Look. Did it do that ever? Nope. Heck, in fact, it closed above the 200-week moving average last week. So this is awful, god awful. It's never done this.
CHZ Turtle.
What's up, Jay-Z? Thanks for the totals. 15 totals. Yeah, we'll look at Chili's. Decentralized Chili's, man. Baby back ribs. Okay, so let's say hidden bearish divergence on the weekly MACD histogram. 35 on the RSI. It's terrible. Bearish control zone on the weekly, and doing something I don't think have you ever done this on total? Maybe. I mean, the last time you were below the 200-week moving average was COVID crash, but normally this is acted as support, just like on Bitcoin, but it's different this time. So just pointing out the occurrence that will be confirmed in 34 minutes that it's never done this since we, crashed in mid-late June. Yikes, good God. Definitely get him a body bag. Get him a body bag, man. Okay, Cardano. I think I skipped Cardano on Friday accidentally. It's terrible, dude. It's so bad, man. We get to start with a weekly. Remember last week, bearish engulfing candle confirmed. This week, no movement really. I mean, intra-week movement, but you're going to close exactly where you closed last week, just about. And you can see the very real distribution with a buy wall. And if this catches resolution as a bearish continuation, redistribution pattern, the downside is massive. I'm talking like 11 cents in time. But yeah, you haven't even tested 38.8 cents. So I figured that would be like a short-term target, which doesn't seem like much. But there still is like 15% downside, 14% downside before you even test that level. So that would be it. You're below the 200-week moving average, you know. Rejected it. That's just ugly. The weekly is terrible. I hope it turns around, but just say it. Yeah, you have the harmonic there. There's the harmonic, and it's maybe trying to type 2 or something. Just barely hanging on to the slow from May 28. Too many lower highs, man. What's going on with that? It's ugly. Ugly right now. Like many things. Then Sol. You know about Sol, dude. Yeah, it held $31, but below 37, you can't be bullish. You have to be bearish. But yeah, expect the unexpected. After such a nasty dump, you know. Black Monday tomorrow? I don't know, man. It's hard like calling Black Mondays, you know. Unless it's during the COVID crash. Because there were like 3 of them. I think we had like 2 Black Mondays and a Black Thursday or something. Okay, yeah. I think 21 bucks long-term target if you're patient and you wait, but okay. Based on history. Awful. Dogecoin caught some bids, remember? Caught some bids, man. Trapped some scrubs. Some scrubs got trapped. That level, I'll tell you, dude. That's beautiful. It was up at one point, you know, on Saturday, right? It was up to a price of 6.8 cents. I could imagine some FOMO Moon boys bought in high, like right there. And now look at you. You know, since that peak on a Saturday scam rally, Doge is down over 10%, going on 11%, and still below the key level. You're still below it. So if you're below the level, you can't be bullish. If that would have held and you would have back tested the level of support, which it didn't do, maybe we could start talking about a different potential outcome, but it's still just awful right now. And I think 4.2 cents in time if you're patient. And that's kind of it. The trend is not your friend if you're bullish, right? If you're wanting higher prices, how could it be? All it does is lower highs, lower lows. For now, if something changes, awful, dude. Just think about what you'd have to do to make a higher high. It's like make a higher high than the high from August 17th, which you're a good 43 to 50% off of those highs. Can you like just think about that Doge in 41 days is down 34% from its highs? How is that a bull trend? How is that even? Okay, just hope you understand. Here's your weekly that bearish engulfing candle still very real. This is nothing. This is rejection of 6.5 cents again in the bearish control zone. I think 4.2 cents eventually in time. Look at the 200 moving average or below it. Just no argument right now. Okay, Doge, and then was that it? Did we look at Dot? Because Dot was good and then it was real bad and then it played out bad. Yeah, where you had the right angled ascending broadening formation, caught at resolution, and you're still well below that. You're so weak that you can't even go and back test 6.68 cents. Targets 550 in time. Very, very bearish this weekend where we're talking about undeniable 4-hour hidden bearish divergence starting to catch some resolution with the negative momentum. You had the bearish divergence also on the RSI, but yeah, it's kind of just stalling because Bitcoin's not really collapsing yet. But just don't worry. Once Bitcoin really starts, finding its direction down, it's going to be so easy for these altcoins to see fresh lows. right? In fact, you made a lower, like July 13th on DOT, it was at $6. Well, guess what? On the 21st, which was 4 days ago, you actually made the lowest lows of the entire downtrend. Right? You made the lowest lows since December of 2020 on DOT. That's not indicative of a bullish asset right now. So good luck to further fall.
Gentlemen in the mix.
We got 28 minutes to your weekly and daily candle close. Okay. Let's go to gold. Why not? Gold. It's open, right? New week. And it's moved none. It's up 0.03%. Very below, very much below levels that it needed desperately to be above and stay above, but it regarded those levels as resistance for like a week. Beautiful. Yeah, look at the, stop hunt, whatever, with the volatility of Jerome Powell speaking a couple times. And yeah, you can't be fooled by that because look at the closes. You never closed above them. You start rolling over afterwards. So the target's like 1,500, man. Get like a $1,500 target eventually, 1522. As you can see here, history tells us that's the target. Only straight up, straight down. So you still got on XAU, got gold spot. You still got a good about 7.5% downside. Yeah. Minimum. So if you're just patient, we could be going lower. It would make sense, right? Look at how many times. How many times do market participants have to confirm what was once support is now resistance? You did it 5 out of the past 6 days. You regarded that level as resistance perfectly. So yeah, that's it, man. And again, for gold, if you don't know, it was the lowest daily candle close on Friday since April of 2020. So multi-year lows on gold for sure, and much further to fall. Silver, similar situation. Monthly is going to be really bad on silver, like worst case scenario. So okay, still bearish on gold. US oil, let's just look at that real quick. New day, new week. It tested the key inflection point. Nice, perfect. Look how that got wrecked, right? Putin spoke this thing from, US oil from its PCZ of this small harmonic. After Putin spoke, between the bottom and top, it went up 5.76%. And after being up 5.76%, it then went down almost 10%. The swings in this market are freaking insane. Bitcoin, like one of the biggest culprits of chop. Okay, so I don't know now. Like, right, when an asset hits the next key inflection point, yeah, you could certainly catch some sort of pivot here and rally for a little while, make a lower high and roll over again later. Okay. But from the previous low from November 2021, December 2021 to the high, you're nearing a 786, which, okay, that's another reason why it might stall out here, stop selling for a little bit before, pivoting, rallying a little bit, making lower highs and rolling over again later. But the 886 is 69.95. If you ever broke $75, the next target's $60 easily. Okay, that's the price action you get. So we're just at the level where, look, you've seen reactions, reversals here. So I don't know what will happen. We just knew what was going to happen if you didn't hold $87 where you were going. You're now at that level. So, okay. And all this started with a bearish harmonic, and it's so beautiful because individual oil, it's like I had this gut feeling. And I'm saying gut feeling because just you never know if a pattern's going to play, but it's like, man, wouldn't it be ironic if US oil topped out this way? All right, the cycle ended with a bearish shark, and then you go to something like ConocoPhillips, an individual oil asset, and it's like, what if the same pattern plays out? And it has, lo and behold, right? It did reverse there. Maybe the cycle is over with the bearish shark. Good start. That's all I can say, right, patrons? Not just this, it's many different individual oil assets. Tesla's the other one, or one of the other ones. Look at this. It's Jesus levels of perfect, right? Type 2 return, bearish divergence. You had all the makings. And it wasn't just that, it was also the fact that you had this upsloping channel you've been very well confined in, and you upthrusted through it, sold off, created the harmonic, and then look where the pattern completion zone of the bearish shark, where you type 2'd, just happened to be the top of the channel. So it's like upthrust, back test of upthrust with confirmation. Now you're testing the 200-day moving average for the first time since July 15th. If that doesn't hold, you could imagine $91 easily being tested next. So all depends on where these index funds are going short term. But it was a great start on this one. Gotta be impressed. Okay, so let's real quick, why not? Let's go take a look at the euro to the US dollar that hit fresh 20-year lows today. It bounced and it's still up. You know, it's literally flat on the day. It's exactly where it closed on Friday. But as you can see at the open, the euro went as low as 96.656, which is technically literally lower than yesterday or on Friday. This level is very important. If buyers don't defend this level, you have to understand looking left what could happen to the euro. All right. So this is the one level. I don't know why. Maybe it's the weekly. I plotted the weekly close here. Let me see. Where am I? Might be the weekly. Whoa. So you can see here on the weekly where you are. The weekly close August of 2002. You're below that right now. There's a wick low. Okay, I got that. It's that intra-week price action, that August 2002 level. But below that, let's look. Can someone tell me where the next support is on the, if you're talking about technical levels, what's the next support for the euro? Below where you are below currently. Could you imagine if it just respected the levels, and what if it fell? You know, what if it stayed below 97.043 long enough and then did the same thing it did in history? The only thing it's done was straight up. What if it went straight down and just went to the candle low, the lowest candle close of all time on this chart? You've got another like 5.84% downside on the euro. Oh. Eats bugs, dude. Look at that. I mean, look what's happened on this new week, right? Last week, you got a confirmed candle low close lower than all the other candle low closes. You get that. That happened on Friday. You closed lower than you did August 5th, 2002 and all the other times, right? So it was technically the lowest weekly candle close on the euro since June of 2002 and a confirmed technical breakdown with weekly candle close confirmation. And now this week, you're back testing that level, right? You're back testing the old August 5th, 2002 low as resistance now. You've done that in the past couple hours. Here it is, right? The proof and nothing else. Are you breaking back up? Nope. It's just resistance now. Should have been support. Uh-oh. Klaus Schwab loves this, dude. Salivating. Okay, so that's just the euro. Things have gotten way worse on the Great Britain pound. We're going to look at. Now, you can't look at the Wanda chart or any chart on the Great Britain pound US dollar, it's not going to show all the data. You have to go to the US dollar to the Great Britain pound on IDC to see all the data. It's the lowest level since 85. It's going to be that way. But just look at this. This is the weekly. Okay. The new week happened, man. And what happened out the gate? Not one person bought. Not one person in the world said, time to buy the Great Britain pound at the open. Only selling going on to start the new week. It's been going on for a few hours. Near the session lows, but not just near the session lows. Oh yeah, I forgot. Again, there's nothing here for a while. Like, we go to the other one. I just want you to see like what's happening on the new week with the Great Britain pound. You're effed. You are now at fresh 37-year lows right now. You're watching. I can't even believe how it's happening as I go to it and my alert triggers, right? I've had this alert set. This thing's down 0.62% now. Whew, not good. 1.07869. I don't know why we don't go to parity. Don't know why we don't go to 1 eventually. I think we will. Parity, the Great Britain pound. That's insane, dude. If you did that, excuse me. If you did that, the Great Britain pound would have to lose another 7% down. There'd be 7% more downside for it to reach $1 to $1 parity. Let's go to the US dollar to the Great Britain pound so you can see all the data. Look at it, it's mooning. Starting the week mooning. As you can look left and see. As you can see, there's a gap fill at 93 or 0.93616. And then that highest level in history, the Soros collapse, right? 96.007 or so. Yeah. So that means if it went to the next resistance, it would be £1 would be worth less than $1. And here's something that's crazy about this chart. Look at this. They just have a nice channel set up since the sell-off on the bottom. You're breaking a supply line of sorts, right? It's so bad. And it's crazy how what was once resistance in 1986, 1992, 2001, 2008, what was once resistance all those times, then became support in 2018, then again became support for a confirmation low in May of last year, 2021. And look at the follow through you're receiving. It's like this massive double bottom, confirming 70.95 is now support, and you're running. So have your alert set up at 96 cents because that's the all-time high from 85. I think we might very well get a beep at some point. Good Lord, man. There's some serious damage being done to these markets. And I have no idea how this is all going to end. And it's not just there. It's like Canadian dollar. Here, you can check it out real quick. Yeah, there's some supports here. I mean, definitely some valleys. Like, hard to ignore them. I mean, like, they're, you know, this low, 73 cents. How does it hold, though, man? How does it not do the straight down up stuff? You know, like, the last week was so brutal. Last 2 weeks on a currency pair, 200-week moving average resistance now, right? But in the last 2 weeks, the Canadian dollar lost 4.43% of its value to the US dollar. What was that? Yeah, so if you don't hold these levels that you're at right now, then it's bye-bye Canadian dollar. You could be going to 68 cents again. I could see that coming, dude. Trudeau, come on. Give me a break. Australian dollar, US dollar. It broke supports. The next level, it's upon you. You're not going to pivot till 63 or 0.63675, which is going to be a low back from 2003 or 2008. You did not regard it as support at all in 2020. But there is a little more downside. Might react there, but you're thinking, use your imagination. There's very little support looking left. Very little. Let's go to the DXY. Why not? Because it's the inverse of all this. Everyone's getting sad. Oh my God, dude. The Jesus. It's just nothing here. There is one peak, okay? From 1981. Maybe that'll be the top. That's pretty close to an 886. So, you know, it's something that maybe you don't completely disregard it. It's only one time, though. Only one time in history it formed a short-term top for a pullback before it then went to one. Good God, went to 165 back in 1985. Okay, so that's it, though. But that happens to line up with an 88% retrace from your 2001 highs to the lowest lows after that, right, 886. So you can see that might be an area where a reaction occurs. I wouldn't be that surprised at all. You should go to the monthly. Let me show you my harmonic here. You're on your way to the pattern completion zone of a colossal sized 20 plus year large bearish bat pattern. RSI climbing. It's at its highest level since 2015. Wow, oh my God, it went to 82.8 in 2015. What was going on there? It just wasn't even that crazy. So that's, you know, you're on your way. And harmonics, man, if you don't respect the harmonic on the DXY, okay, I'm sorry. It literally called the end of the cycle for Bitcoin. Every time there's been triple divergence or any sort of massive bullish divergence on the weekly, it has called the top of the Bitcoin cycles. 2013, it happened. Look, the divergence on the oscillators. Then 2017, look at the divergence. Ushered in the end of the cycle for Bitcoin. And then again, it was the strongest form with triple bullish divergence. This time around, even a type 2 return, confirmation low and more divergence on that second low. And look at you now, you know, since the type 2 return was put in, since the bullish divergence was very well developed, you got the US dollar up almost 27% in 483 days. It's insane. Beautiful. The shark, man. The shark, the falling wedge, the double bottom, at key inflection points from history, everything you could have dreamed of, man. Respected the TA wonderfully. Yep. Gabagool futures. What'd you say? Gabagool futures?
Gabagool. Over here.
Yeah. Gabagool futures right here. Gabagool right here. HE1. Ooh. Last week, bearish engulfing candle. Well, it was so bearish it couldn't even open. It opened lower in the previous candle, so almost engulfed bearishly. But you can clearly see how important this level is. Hog futures. Man, if you don't hold this, you're going right to 86.57. Yeah, 86.57 is the target once 92.60 breaks. Yeah. I think that it's over. I think you created the beautiful bearish shark to usher in the reversal of the whole cycle. You one high, then the second high too. And it's a double top, but it's a distribution double top. The lower high than the first high, but it's still a form of confirmation. Yeah, it was gorgeous, man. It was the Jesus. One of the best TA calls of the year, right? This one, it was like, this isn't going to end well. All the divergence on the volume, and then boom, gap down 25% in a day. And look at you now. Look at hog futures, so bearish, right? Because it's below the 200-day simple moving average still, only making lower highs, only showing, well, it's bearish convergence, almost just class C, hidden bearish divergence, but the RSI undeniably showing hidden bearish divergence here, right? There it is on the daily. Look, you make a high, then you make a lower high with higher levels on the oscillator. Implies a continuation down. It started. Again, once $92.60 breaks straight down to 86.57, which would mean fresh lows of the newly established downtrend, where it was only up, right? Nice uptrend. Okay. There's your gabagool. Over here. And just to respond to that.
Frankly, I'm depressed and ashamed.
We're gonna go all over the place, man. Let's go to natural gas. Remember, natural gas is like Luna, the Luna chart. It all ended with a dark cloud cover, right? Since the dark cloud cover was painted, natural gas down 26%. That's amazing, man. Right? You gotta admire a Japanese candlestick bearish reversal painted at a key inflection point from history, like 2001. That's where it was painted. That's where it's like, and there was bearish divergence on the oscillators. Remember? So if you're showing very real, undeniable bearish divergence at an inflection, the inflection point from 2001, and a bearish Japanese candlestick pattern, you are not off base thinking that this could be the end for now. And it is, but it hasn't made a lower low than June 2022, but working on it. Bitcoin's got 8 minutes till your weekly and daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button and build that sub. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. Here's the link. Over 14,000 members strong, very active. And you know, that's where you go to get notified when I go live every time, but also where you go if you want to discuss traditional technical analysis or things that you care about. Okay. We've already looked at US oil, but forget the natural gas chart. The UNG chart is what's so beautiful. Okay, you don't have the scammy intraday price action wick. Look at this. The UNG chart's gorgeous. Slanted neckline, back tested as resistance, and then rolling over. I love it, man. So pretty. All right, so I guess we had like a couple requests or something like that. Look at them. All right, Ethereum W. I don't think I've looked at this. Wisdom Tree Ethereum? Is that what you're looking at? Or Ethereum W on like... Yeah, that's a good question. It has to be like a crypto. I mean, I know it is. I know it's like the fork of Ethereum. I'm saying like what exchange to look at. Any idea which exchange would be best on Ethereum W? I'm sure it probably looks all the same since it's so new. Nah. What? KuCoin? Is it on KuCoin? I don't think it's on KuCoin. Anyone? Moon? Yeah. I think Bitfinex maybe has the most data on it. Yeah, Bitfinex, I guess, has the most. This goes back to August 22nd. This is it, man. Or you tell me. Ethereum W to US dollar without all the... I just looked at different exchanges. This one has the most. Okay, so you're in a downtrend. You're not making higher highs. You're making lower highs and lower lows. And wow, look at that bearish divergence on the RSI. Look how severe that is at the high, then the lower high. Then look just how high. I mean, you're somehow, some way, you got overbought on the 4 hour. It is implied downside next. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I can actually plot some sort of channel here. There you go. Something like that. Maybe. I'm trying, dude. There's no data, so you gotta bear with me. That's it. Conceptualizes a downtrend. Already down 75% in 2 weeks. Good God. Like from the highest high on this chart to the lowest low. No, it is down 93%.
First female prime minister got elected in Italy, Giorgia Meloni. We have 3 far-right parties winning elections now and standing up against ECB. Scary stuff. Have a good day, Mitch.
So Bane, thanks for the 5, dude. Yeah, we're in scary times. I don't know how this is all gonna turn out. But yeah, the Italians. But isn't that like, you know, like the chairman of the EU or whatever said there are gonna be consequences if the wrong people get voted in, or the people they don't agree with, which I think Italians just said get wrecked, because that's not somebody that the EU would want voted in. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there, but big day. So yes, again, Ethereum W from its highest high, which was August 23rd, hit 61.43, got as low as $4.48. So that means 93% losses in less than a month. That is awful. Awful. Okay. So clearly scam, clearly failure. That's it. This is still proof of work, I guess, but it doesn't matter, man. There's proof of work, proof of scam, POS. Okay, next request was banned 2 week MACD Hopium. He wants a 2 week chart. All right, I will look literally at the 2 week for you. Please tell me how this is Hopium. Just want to know how this is Hopium. I mean, it's holding at 122 right now, but it's at all-time lows. It back tested, I think. Nah, it's the old all-time lows were up here. I don't even know what to tell you, dude. Bands, no, there's no Hopium. Like you'd be like, oh, it's a double bottom. How do you know? It's not done selling yet. Bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. What are you doing, man? Are you just trying to be like, hey man, forget about the weekly. Don't even look at the weekly. Look at the 2 week that didn't have a bearish engulfing candle. You trying to psych me out and make me not see the bearish engulfing candle on the weekly, and now you can clearly see the attempt to push the price to invalidate that failed. You have 1 minute 40 seconds till yeah, you close, and it's still right. You'd have to get above 137 to invalidate that engulfing, and that's not going to happen. So, but I think you'd look at the 4 hour too and see that'd be Hopium, right? Only looking at the 4 hour. But look at the 200 moving average. You're below it. You tested it. You tested it for the first time technically since August, and now you're just below it. I mean, I get you. I understand. It's like buy low, sell high, but dude, you're just, no one's buying it. And you gotta read the room of the macro. And it's like, this is one of the last things you want to own in a macro climate like this. It doesn't do anything. Nothing. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make money. It doesn't really even help people. It doesn't even attempt to help people. What does it even do, man? 122, that means it's $1.22 too high, still on price. Just all right, we got 15 seconds. Let's go to Bitcoin because it's your local on the 8s. All right, dude. Something bad, really bad's about to be confirmed. Okay, you're gonna hate it, guarantee it. Bitcoin's warehouse. All right, Jesus chimes for the new week. It's confirmed, chat. What is confirmed? The lowest weekly candle close since Thanksgiving of 2020. The lowest candle close in multiple years, and just so happens to be a candle that successfully back tested 1989 199 that was once a resistance, twice a resistance. It is now resistance again. It is 19891 has been regarded as resistance for the first time since November of 2020. So
to the idiot who said Meloni is far right, I'm Italian and she's barely right wing. Western media is calling anything left of leftism far right, but she's a conservative. Don't get caught in the propaganda and dire. 0.010000000 ETH.
Yeah, there you go, man. I don't really know. I don't have a dog in this fight. But I do know that mainstream media, people call it mainstream media now. It's actually just political activism by entities that have purchased these former news organizations like ABC, CNN. They used to be real news, like back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. They have been infiltrated, purchased, and now it's just political activism. And they just go by the old names of integrity, and somehow people still believe them as news sources, but they're not. They're clear and concise political activists. Political activist organizations.
Sorry Mitch, I was looking at band on Binance 2 week. It's weird that is different than Coinbase, 0.013125948 ETH.
What's up, Trump player? Oh, okay. You're looking at, what was it? 2 week Binance. Okay, let me try to go to that for you. Gotcha. Yeah, man, I forgot. Like, dude, sometimes like some of these assets, the most data they have in real life all time is on Coinbase, and some aren't. So it's really tough, dude. Trying to shepherd all these S coins and remembering which exchange has the most data. It's not easy, man. There's too many. There's 18,000 S coins, man. Over 18,000. So it's just, give me a break. So no, that was still terrible. But you said the 2 week. Here we go. 2 week. Got a candle, little close right there. You tested it. Nah, I mean, it's like it's sitting here, but there's nothing. There's no edge, is there? No, it's not. I don't know why you trust this. I think it could go to 21 cents one day, easily. It's just no one's buying it. You know the trend's down. It's a downtrend. Why even worry about it? Yeah, maybe it does something here. I wouldn't trust it though, man. You want to be looking for assets that have intrinsic value, that have a good balance sheet, that have low to no debt, right? Make good money, possibly pay good dividends. If you're looking to long anything, but even longing something with all those good things, you're still probably going to lose money in the midterm because the trend is so bearish right now. We're in a long-term downtrend, and that we're probably going to accelerate and sell-offs too going into the end of the year. So I would just, you're looking to long something, look for those things, not an actual virtual Beanie Baby named Band. Ethereum broken. Sorry. What was that? Foreshadowing? There you go. It should be working now. Thanks for, yeah, please always let me know. I don't know, man. I'm just leaving the Ethereum ticker up there, and I think some people appreciate it since the merge. But sometimes that one breaks, and if it breaks, just someone say something in the chat and let me know. You can even DM me if it's broken too, like in Discord. Okay, sorry, man, about Band being so trash and there being very little to no argument for longing something like this in these market conditions. There's just none. Somehow it's so illiquid. Dark cloud cover on the 4 hour. What? It can't do that, but it did do it. That's a literal dark cloud cover reversal. Okay, Band, good luck. Somehow you're so illiquid that you opened higher than your previous close on the new week. Yikes. Or I guess that was 4 hours ago. But still, the 4 hour 200, forget about it, man. Just. Okay, so on the new week, Bitcoin down 0.2%. No, not really a big deal. It is though. It's been a big deal since I think the 18th, 19th of September when Bitcoin fell back below 19,891, 19,650. Only bearish. When you're below this gray zone here, only bearish. You run the risk below this level of seeing $17,000 to $14,000 at one point. So It just makes it really easy. You don't own, you don't want Bitcoin. You just sit away from it and let it collapse, because the probability of it eventually collapsing is high below 19,650 and 19,891.99. It just is. So you don't be long. Until it breaks that, back test it, I'll be here to talk about it. But until then, screw Bitcoin. I'm sorry. Like everything else in the world except cash or short or put. Let's go to total again, because it's a new week, right? Let me show you here. Total weekly. Uh-oh. Big uh-oh.
I like turtles. I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
Here it is, right? Falling below the 200-week moving average, it really back testing it as resistance confirmed on the weekly. Lowest weekly candle close since June 27th. So it has been since this downtrend was established sometime last November. It's the second, well, no, you know, it's the third lowest weekly candle close of, you know, the downtrend. So I just think it's very, very bad when you're below the 200-week like that. You didn't even, I mean, you did that, right? COVID crash. You held on. Yeah, 2018, 2019 bottom too, but this is not good. This is terrible. Not where you want to be, ever. Let's go to total 2, which is the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. You still have a target of 473 billion from here. That's it. I think you're going to go there. And once that breaks, it's over. It's over for crypto. I think below the level of 473 billion, crypto will go through another ice age, and you'll see 44% downside. Straight up, straight down, straight up. It will be a straight down situation. And all those precious altcoins, cryptos, will make global 886s or even see all-time lows. So you're on your way to the next support, and once that doesn't hold, it's bye-bye crypto, all of it. Total 3. This total 3 is crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Man, it's still holding on, man, right? It's still holding on to $358 billion. Let me show you here. It's candle low closes, right? You hit your top, then you sold off, and yes, there was price action below it, but on the daily, look where the close is, 358 billion. So once that breaks, man, you are in so much trouble. Like, we're talking situation where you go straight up, you go straight down, you go straight up, and then eventually you go straight down. And what will that do? That will give you a very real 886, 786 full reset. Look, from the lowest lows to the highest highs, the 886 is down near levels that make more sense, right? 145 billion. Why not, man? Why would none of these cryptos outside of Bitcoin, Ethereum, like, why would this chart not see an 886? I think it's probable if you give it enough time. I think we will see that eventually. Awful, man. Don't be scared. Just understand the levels, man. You shouldn't be scared. You should just be like, yeah, man. Well, if you're below 19,650, 19,891, too long.
Gentlemen, in the mix.
Really bad things can happen. Really, really bad things can happen below these levels. Okay, so it's not about fear. It's just about reality below inflection points. Ethereum. Check out Ethereum. Look at all these lower highs. Yeah, and thinking the 886. So that's 1,020. Thinking this eventually is going to complete. But yeah, for now, a little bit of bullish evidence to the MACD histogram. Not on the RSI. It's still very much in the bearish control zone. Yeah, I would wait. I think you got lower prices to go on Ethereum. Simply put. Let's go to futures.
Hey Mitch, newer viewer here and love your perspective. I've been looking at OPUSD on 4H and higher time frames and I'm curious what levels below current PAs stand out to you. I'm looking at 0.59 as an interesting level, 0.01500000 ETH.
What's up, JG Wentworth? Thank you, dude, for the 20. We'll look at it. Let me see if there were any other requests. Yeah, there was. There was one more. Yeah, let's just go to JZ's. And then we'll go to JG's. What was that? QQQ is the NASDAQ 100. It's pretty much tech. Yeah, CHZ is different, man. It's very different than many assets out there, huh? Where I bottomed out and actually caught some bids. Where it is kind of interesting. You can see some swing lows in 2021 and some highs 2022. You're above that. Probably bearish divergence. Yeah, all right, look at your RS at the high to the higher high. You're showing, you know, lower levels, so it's bearish divergence here on CHZ. High to low, you get a 78% retrace. So you're at that deep value perceived area for shorts or for people to take profit on something, right? In a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. Long term, you get to these deep levels, man. It starts becoming more and more probable of a reaction reversal, and you're already starting to show some buyer exhaustion on the daily. So your upside is just limited here on CHZ. Now, history tells us if you stay above 24.38 cents long enough, it could be a straight down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, right? Situation. It does that very often. You could go to 33.3 cents if it does the same thing it's always done above this level long enough. So that's your cutoff. You know, if you've somehow been long on this, you want to cut off on CHZ below 24.3 cents because look at the history. What could happen? A lot of times you just go straight down to 16 cents. So that's it. Music stops. Great. CHZ. OP. What exchange do you want OP on? Guess I'll look at Coinbase. No, I'll look at Binance. Has more data. To me, OP looks like I think you got a lot more downside. I mean, I like there's divergence here for sure. There is bullish divergence, but it looks like a harmonic, right? I mean, you've already like you're on your wave down, and I think an 886 would be the best area if you wanted a long OP. I feel like it'd just be better to want to own it where there's a lot more support and it's a deep value perceived area in 886. But yeah, like some other assets out there in crypto, they are showing that just low to the lower low, like some bullish divergence. But you're in a downtrend right now, and the consolidation has been nothing short of just bearish consolidation since the bearish engulfing candle on the 18th. So I would wait. I think it's got eventually OP has another 34 to 35% downside before it makes sense for a strategic long. This is not a strategic long area at all. Look on the daily. I'm sorry. You talk about the 4 hour. The daily looks bad. 4 hour doesn't look good at all. 4 hour looks terrible. Yeah, I don't like this. I would, where you are, you're below a 618, you're above a 786. Assets almost never reverse there. So I would think a deep retrace, man. I think 34% downside, that's the most optimum entry area. But hey, man, whatever. Do your thing. Appreciate the contribution. It's like a, it's like a shark, man. Look at the 4 hour shark. 886 is the pattern completion zone. Like that's it, man. Like that's, you would wait till supports and PCZ of shark. That's right. You said, I'm looking at 59 cents as an interesting level. You are certainly correct. That is a very interesting level that makes a lot of sense for a reaction reversal down there eventually. But for now, hands off until it loses another 35% of its value. Kangs, nice job, dude. Very real. Hey man, Bitcoin just went and tested 18,893, which is a 4-hour candle low close from June 30th. You fell below it. You're now back testing that resistance. You're gonna get chopped. You're gonna get crap. Just more like, just to me, you just use your imagination here. Forget the scam wig. This was Jerome Powell volatility. Forget that. So omitting that, you just kind of look and you can see how it might be distribution, pretty much with, you know, a base of buying, whichever one, you know, like look, the same candle low closes. It's like a descending triangle of sorts. Okay, you don't want to use the wicks or the candle close, use the wick. You can just see it, right? I mean, isn't that like very real looking? Small base here, chat. Doesn't look good. Excuse me. All right, but it's not collapsed yet. You haven't seen that real big move, have you? Not yet. Let's go to those futures. Again, I've been live for an hour and 17 minutes. Don't know how much longer I'll be live. We've kind of gone across the markets, talked about the things going on, and the weekly close and the new open. NASDAQ 100 down 0.22% on the new week. Pretty cool how it's testing some sort of channel heart line, right? With this long-term downtrend you've been in. Now it's just right there at it. But I think it's just going to go test these lows, right? It's so real. Like July all the way to November of 2020, peaks and valleys. That's it, man. If you ever break that, you're done, dude. If you ever break 10.9 on futures, really, I think the downside potential is like another 11% downside. You're just getting near a little, and you could easily see shorts covering here for a little bit, but what kind of rally you're going to get is going to be most likely pathetic. It's going to be a substantially lower high than the previous highs and roll over again to test it maybe later, and then you keep testing it long enough, you'll just break through it like nothing. All right, lost your gun. All right, let's go for it, dude. What about in a very well established downtrend below key inflection points from history? S&P down 0.25%. Very, very close. It did not take out those lows from June, but was this close. Well, you were like $10 off. And there's, I mean, you could try to say that September 2020 high is support. I mean, I'm thinking stronger support's going to be like 3240 eventually. You probably test the pre-COVID crash high at 3400 too. I think there's just more downside, but yeah, after such a nasty dump like that, there could always be a relief rally, a scrub reflexive rally. But resetting the oscillators, just don't think it's going to end well here. Beautiful downtrend, right? Been that way. Nothing's changed. Dow Jones. This is kind of crazy here. We'll get this downtrend, right? Just kind of adjusted the bottom to see what kind of price action we get. You get a lot of touches right here. And now if you have it that way, you can see that we tested it once more. Testing the demand line. So you're technically like oversold in the downtrend. And you're also testing, like, you're getting close to testing. You didn't quite touch it. Maybe you did. Let's see. Maybe I have it plotted on the daily. That's why. Let's see if it tested that high on the 4 hour. Yeah, it virtually did. I mean, the high from September 2020 and a low from November 2020, it seems like it's been tested. Or if it hasn't, it's like a cent away or whatever. Tested that, and yeah, you could imagine that's a level. Like it ran down to the next level, and once that breaks, I think you're going to test 26,650. So below these levels here, you know, below 29,160, you got like almost 9% more downside. So look at the price action: up, down, up, down, up, right, up, down. So yeah, man. Not at fresh short levels, but maybe shorts cover. But when they cover, it'll maybe usher in a scrub rally. Scrub rally is going to perform terribly, and you're going to come back to this level, and eventually demand's going to get absorption. You'll break it later. Here's your Russell 2000 futures, down 0.31%.
How do you see QNT on the daily?
Some Aries. I don't know. We'll look at it. I think you did. Yeah, we'll finish. We'll look. This is the last index fund. Just kind of revisiting. So, look how you last week closed below the 200-week moving average. Very, very bad, boys. Closed back below it. Closed below the 2018 high, the pre-COVID crash high. I think your target's 1612 from here. Once you break 1612, 1455, easily those could be seen easily. Hidden bearish divergence playing out on the oscillators. Wonderful. Yeah, on the spot price, non-futures, you made the lower low. Not on this one. So 1612 target in time, then 1455 after that. Okay, not good, man. Let's go to that request real quick. I'm talking about the Coinbase chart because, dude, you know how it is, man. These get listed all these places, and I don't know which chart is going to be the best. So it's really, when you're talking about scrub coins like this, it's always best to give me an exchange to, right? So QNT, that's, yeah, it's been making some higher lows. It's been rallying. I think it could very well be seeing 146.79 if it all keeps up like this. Yeah, it's above the 200-day moving average. Looking all right. Now look at this level. Look at this high from June 2021. It's like disregarding it as resistance. Are you kidding me? Why is it doing that, man? Shouldn't you break that like it's nothing? Just testing that again. When you break that, it's probable you'll see the same type of price action you saw when you're above it for real. Above 119, you can go to 150, 146, right? Yeah, but for now, it's doing okay. There was definitely hidden bullish divergence that it's caught some follow through, but hasn't taken you to higher highs yet. So it's better than a lot. I mean, definitely has been performing better than most. Okay. Dude, whatever this song, just dog crap, dude. Okay, quant, dude, not really crazy, but still okay, I guess, for now. Look how it also just like back tested, you know, with a candle low close here. Look at that wick low. Look how you like try to regard it twice as support. That's pretty good. Okay, so not the worst. I mean, Momo shift. I'd prefer the neckline be less. Like, look at that. I mean, wow. You talking about a supply line right there, the Jesus. Wow. Yeah, maybe that's you break that. I don't see how you couldn't see 147. I bet you would see 147 if you break the supply line here. You're on the cusp, man, aren't you? So maybe have that plotted. Pay attention to it. Have your alert set up on QNT. So you know when you're breaking out, you'll hear a beep. And if you broke that level, making like 19-20% upside from there. We'll get. All right. Last thing Bitcoin's going to do is dump on the new week, right? Just dead market right now for crypto, or at least for Bitcoin. Clearly just waiting for the stock market to open, waiting for a move. But it's just it has been locally outperforming the living crap out of index funds. It's been outperforming currency pairs. It really has been very good compared to most things out there. Hard to argue with that on Bitcoin itself. Not saying it's been doing well in general, just better than most things. Better than locally than like Tesla. Tesla's got another 24% downside here. Better than Nvidia. Better than the Great Britain pound. Better than AMD. Better than energy. Well, not so much energy stocks. They're just now beginning to roll over, but better than most, man. That's what I'm saying. Better than the index funds. But don't be fooled though. I remember Bitcoin was doing the same type of outperformance this summer. I'm sorry. It was early. It was this spring. Bitcoin was outperforming the living crap out of index funds during this period. During this period, Bitcoin was better. Altcoins or crypto or good God, man. The index funds and individual stocks were getting wrecked, but Bitcoin was doing this during all that whole time. But it might have been testament to the fact that you think about the index funds were not collapsing yet, and Bitcoin by itself was collapsing. Crypto was already, it was front running. So while the index funds were dumping, it's like there just weren't enough sellers yet. Consolidation had to happen. Index funds continued to dump, and this happened. But then eventually, Bitcoin dumped again. So yeah, I remember like similar stuff going on where you think, hey man, this is good, right? It is, but not great. You can't be bullish on Bitcoin yet. You can't. When you break it, 19,891, cautious optimism could come back at least for a minute. The 5 minutes it stays above that level and falls below it again. But I'm just saying that's kind of the rule here. Yeah, you've got a shark, you got a type 2 return, but the price action, there's context, and the context is really bad. So I don't trust this harmonic right now. All that has to happen is break 19,891, and we'll have a different discussion at hand. Until then, you are only bearish. Protect yourself, be careful till that level's broken. My God. All right, well, good stream, chat. Thanks for coming out and got the request, I think. Yeah, all the requests. So I'll be back. Till next time, respect the TA. Dude, no way. Hold on.
Hype in the chat!
Derek, man. For Vegas plans, I'll be there if I have to crash the party. Got a sling for you. And that long arm. Thanks, dude. Holy crap, Derek. Coming in late, man. Saving the best for last, certainly. Thank you so much, dude, for the $100 contribution at the end. Wow, man. Yes, please let us have beers. Many beers together. It's Oktoberfest down there too. We got that the whole time we're there. There's gonna be that Oktoberfest thing, so we'll have to do German stuff. Bring Hiko Moss so we can all laugh at him. Okay. Thanks, man. Holy crap. Big up in the chat for Big Derek. See you soon, man. Peace.